Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today is the fifth day of PHP in DDCDP23 and part 4 of the blog we have been building in the first 4 days. And the things we will be studying today is image or file uploads. Both work the same way. And then if you have time, we will study pagination also. So let's dive in. I have created a page in my site and it's image.php. Simple. This is going to be a form with a method of post. Let me remove this one for now. Or so if you have to upload a file, this is just HTML. Input type is equal to file and name is equal to, just like in you give name to any form element. So the name of this is going to be image, and then a button to submit the form. But one additional thing you need to do is, if there is a file field in your form and you want to submit that, you need to have ink type is equal to multipart / form data on the form field on the form. So that's the only addition we have made, ink type, and then the type is equal to file. So if I just open the page right now, image.php, so this is the file upload button and this is a submit. So if I just upload a file, I can just choose it and click on the submit. So what happens if we submit the form after choosing a particular file? So here the code is if this request method is equal to post, means the form has been submitted. We can catch the file elements in $, just like post array. We have $_files array and then the name of the element, which is image. This is that element. And if I just for now dump the $_files array after submitting the form, so here you can see this is the name of the, right now in this array, this is an image. The image element, the file element name is image, and it again is an array, so a nested array with name. This is the actual name of the file. Then type is image/jpeg. Then the temp name. What is temp name? I'm just going to explain this. Then the error, there are error codes in files, we will check it. And then the size of the, so these 5 elements are there in the $_files array for a particular form element. What is temp name? So on your servers there is a temp directory. The file first gets uploaded to that temp directory and with a strange name like this, something like this. So if you have made if you have done your installations via XAMPP, for example, so there will be some temp directory on your server, and if you go to that place and upload the file, you will see something like this. And this name actually is saved in the tmp_name array. So what PHP, as a web developer, what you need to do is, if everything is fine and the file you are uploading or users are uploading is according to your requirements or restrictions which you have imposed on the file upload, then you can move that file from temp_name location, the temp directory location, to something on your, some folder on your server, and that folder you should create inside your web. For example, here I have created an uploads folder already, uploads. So as a programmer, what your role is to move, if everything is fine with the file, if for example somebody has not uploaded .exe file or any other harmful files, so if you make sure that is the case and the file types are of your own required types, then you can move that file from temp location to this uploads location. That's what the upload does. So let us first check the file types so that some unwanted files are not uploaded by the users. Right now if you check, the type is image/jpg. So we only want, for example, jpg images and png images to be uploaded. So as I already have told you, PHP has a lot of usage of arrays or any programming languages. So if we create, for example, an allowed underscore types is going to be an array with the image types. Okay, so this is just creating of the array. So image jpg comma image png. Okay, so for example, these two types we want to allow, otherwise we will throw some error. Okay, so how can I check now? If I just move this to this if statement here, okay, this is the file array, then the name of the element, this is image. Okay, so if I want to target uploaded, I will create a variable uploaded underscore type is equal to $ underscore files, then image, because the file name is the file element name is image, so it's image, and then the type. So whatever is the type of the, it will be stored in this uploaded underscore type variable. Now how to check if this type exists in this?
Upload file is equal to allowed type.
Okay, so we have a function known as inArray. InArray is a function, and we can use it inside if statement.
Like includes.
Yeah, so if inArray, in underscore array is a function, it is passed a value. So if this exists, if the uploaded type exists in this allowed types, what does this mean? For example, if this is image jpg, if the allowed type is image jpg, so does it exist in it or not? It does. So if it exists, means the file type is allowed, otherwise not allowed. So if in array the uploaded type allowed types, so what we can do, we can allow the file upload to happen. Okay, else if we create an errors array also, so if not in array, it means that is not allowed. So what we can do is errors, this type of file upload is not allowed, for example. Okay, so if in array this, and what else we can do if not in array? If not in array this, it means if this is not in array, then we can just use this error code and that's it. If the uploaded type is not in the array, we can create an errors array. We can create an entry in the errors array, okay, just like we have been doing it in the previous lectures. Okay, and here above the file, above the form, we can have a loop or errors, $sign errors, and the count of it is greater than 0. What does this mean? There is an error greater than 0. So we'll run the for each. $sign errors as error, and for now I just print it out, okay, no markup, to make things simple. Okay, so what do you expect now if I let this print statement be here? If I upload a document, for example, so will there be an error or not?
Error.
Let us try. Where are we? Errors. Yeah. Okay, if I upload something, for example, this is a PDF file, okay, if I upload it and submit, this is giving me the details of the file. The name is this, the type is this, type name is this, file size is this, but this is that error. The type of file upload is not allowed because it is not inside the that array which we already have defined, which is image JPG and image PNG. But if I upload a JPG, this is a JPG file, and submit, now we don't have that error because the type is image and JPG. Okay, let us suppose for now all the errors are there are no errors, and we now want to, so just like a variable we had, we'll make a variable move underscore file. By default it will be false. Move underscore file is just a variable which is a false value, but once there is no error, then we will make this variable true. Okay, so how can we know there is no error? For example, if count errors $sign errors is equal to 0, it means will make this as true. Okay, and now we actually need to move the files, do something with the files now, because that file is lying in the temp directory only at the moment, and I want to move it to this uploads directory. Okay, so what we can do is, if move file, move move underscore file, it means if this is true,
True.
only then do something. Okay, only
Then do something.
only then do something. So that something will be to move this temp location name to that uploads directory. Okay, that's what we next need to do. So here there is a method in PHP which is move uploaded file. Move uploaded file from and to. You will give it two values from where to where. Okay. So for example, I want to move it to, as I've said, the files array, and let me create those variables here also. tmp underscore name is equal to $files type, this is tmp underscore name. As we have created a dump of it, you can see image and then temp name. This is the location. So we have to move it from here to the uploads directory. Okay, and here actual underscore name is equal to the name of the file actually. So this is name. If we check it, you can see the original name is name. Okay, so these two variables, the temp name and actual name, will have the temporary location and actual location. And then we will create a variable upload underscore directory is equal to, so it is going to be this uploads directory. Okay, this, it can be anything on your server, uploads like this. Okay, so if it is uploads, what technically happens is we will move the file to this location and the name of the file will be here. Okay, so final destination, we can create a variable final destination or final file or whatever. This is actually upload directory dot concatenation. Okay, dot actual name, dot actual name. You can do it directly also, but for your understanding I am breaking down this into two. Okay, so the final file will be the upload directory dot the actual name. So the actual name is, for example, if this is the actual name, so the final file will be upload slash this. That's it. So the move uploaded file, if move file, so that we can, if there are no errors, we should move the file. Okay, so here from, it tells you from and to. So what do you think should I use first here? Temp name. From here to final file. Okay, that's it. If move file, so we will use and if the file is uploaded, it will return true, otherwise false. Okay, so if this, we will do this. That's it. And we can also print file uploaded successfully, and for now let us just exit. Okay, so if I now try to choose a file and submit, it says file uploaded. So what do you now expect?
It will be inside the upload folder.
It will be inside the uploads folder, and here it is, this one which has been uploaded. Okay, now if you want to show this file which has been uploaded, what should be the path? Upload slash
Image.jpg.
.jpg. Simple. Where was that file? This is okay. So rather than showing a file, we can even create another file or something like that, but let us just print it here. If we can specify file printed, file upload successfully, and here print image src equals and this. Okay, so this is again concatenation up to here dot, and this is going to be a backslash like this, and then this, and here we need to have what? Okay, here we need to have final file, because we need to specify uploads directory and then the name of the file. Okay, so this will be the final file. Is this okay now, or there is still something missing? Okay, so let us try another file now, and it is going to be this one, and submit. So once we submit the file, it shows us file uploaded successfully and also the file. Why? Because this is dynamically getting the value from that uploads directory. If we just check the inspect element, so it is upload / that. Okay, this is how files are uploaded. Now for example, if you need to add this into a database table, what can we do? Yeah, so let me just quickly create a table of images only for now, just images. We will, for example, this is something like Instagram, where you can upload just images, for example. Okay, so if I just create a table in the database, we will make it simple to save some time today. So I will just create a table. We already have an images table, so let us create another table for now. We'll call it, for example, let us call the table name as uploads, and it can have 3. Let us have 3, or maybe type also, so 4. So this is ID of the image, or even if you are uploading PDFs, for example. Okay, then name will be a varchar of 255, and type is also a varchar, maybe 100, and status, whether to show this image or not, so we can make it tiny int and 1 or 0. we will make the id auto increment, and that's it. So a table has been created. It has id, name, type, and status. Now the next thing is, if when we are uploading the file, everything is okay. For example, here, if count error is equal to 0 means everything is fine. So here we can submit the details of this into the database table also. Got it?
Yes.
So for example, after the exit, or maybe if you remove the exit for now, we can create an insert statement. Let us quickly copy some code from the articles page, rather insert or add article, so that we can save time, because you already know how to insert content into databases. Okay, we will need a connection include also. So include includes connection dot database.php. okay. So if everything is fine and we have moved the file, and now we need to insert it into the table. So insert into which table? Uploads. We have just created this table, and the name, type, and status. Values, name, type, and status. The status can be just one value for now. Okay, so or whatever is equal to this. Okay, the next is execute.
Params.
Yeah, let us create a params array also. And it will have name. What name will be? This name. Okay, actual name. The file actual name is this. We already have created this variable. Then this type is uploaded type. And status, we can make status hard coded here. As 1 for now. Okay, and then statement execute.
Yes.
And we will pass
Params.
params. That's it. Okay, so do you think this will make the insert statement go with the record inside the table? Okay, and I will show the image after this, maybe, so that we know this image is being shown after the record has been submitted. Okay, right now the table is empty, and if I click on image.gpg, choose file, maybe this one again, and submit. So the file has been shown. Let us just check if things are fine. So okay, we have if I zoom it in, first entry of the image. So this is the image name which has been uploaded. Okay, and this is the type of the image file which has been uploaded, and this is its status. Now you have the record of the images also in the table. It has two parts. We are not saving the image itself in the database, we are saving it on the file system. We are saving the images here in the approach directory, but its name is being saved in the database, just name. So when you are showing images, what you will do, just query the table then, and get the name and concatenate the approach directory with it, and it will show from the images from the database. So it has two parts: moving the file physically into the approach directory, and then saving it in the database. And when if you want to show those again, because if I lose this page, for example, if I go back somewhere, then I don't have any record of how to show those images. I have to consult database which file has been uploaded, so that I can loop through it, all the records, then it will be showing us all the images. Got it?
So why it is necessary to upload the files to upload directory?
Because your files should be in a directory, not the database. Database will get bulkier, and the type will be that is called blob.
It's just the name which is stored in the database.
Exactly. You will just save the name in the database, and physically the file will be inside a directory. Okay. Okay, so for example, if this file field had been used in a user registration form, for example, so this file will be uploaded here, and in the database you will know that this file name belongs to this user. Okay.
Yeah, just we need a foreign key of someone.
Exactly.
A user or someone.
Okay, so the next, there are still some flaws in our system which we need to improve. For example, if I upload the same file again and again, it by default gets overwritten.
Yes.
Okay, so for example, if somebody uploads azmat.jpg, so it will, the second time it will be replaced by azmat.jpg. What we need to do is, maybe if somebody uploads azmat.jpg first time, the second time if somebody uploads this with the same name, it will be azmat_1.jpg and 2 and so on, so that the files are not overwritten. Okay, so let's do that part now, because right now if I re-upload this file, it will be overwritten by this.
If I when we download some files from the internet, it will automatically add 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. So let us quickly do that. Okay, there is a function in PHP which is known as path info. Let us use it and dump things. we are doing everything here, inserting the database into the record into the database, and but if everything is fine, we will move the file here, and file uploaded successfully and exited for now, so that we can know what lies inside the path info function. So path info has a path, and okay, this is the actual name, okay, variable which is the element name and then the name $_files. And if I just print it, let me quickly check. This is print _r path info. Okay, and let me use the breeze also, print okay. This path info function returns an array, and it is passed the actual name of the file. You can directly pass this $, image name also, but I have already saved it in a variable, so I am passing it this actual name. So what is it going to give us? The dir name, the directory name, okay, so where this is, then the base name, this is the base name, main name of the file, then the extension, the .jpg, so it is without the dot but the name of the, and then the file name, okay. So file name and this extension, these two we need actually. So this is the actual name of the file. We need this part and this part. Why we need this part and this part? Because if this file already exists, if this name already exists, for example, so the next time it will be _1. So we need to break this name actually before the dot. Second time it will be _2 and so on. So this file name is very important for us. But then why is extension important? Because we need to know, because we will add that with the new name. Okay, yeah, so these two elements are very important for us. Okay, so extension and file name, these two elements of the, if I just need the file name, how will I get it from here? Because it returns an array, so this is an array actually, and we can access it like this, file name, okay, and it will then just be print. So the file name will be, if I just now want to print the file name, it will be this is the file name, okay. And if I want to check extension, it will be this extension, okay. This is .jpg is the extension, and if I want to concatenate the two, it will be dot between the two, okay. Okay, there is one more thing. There are times when somebody can, for example, if I just copy this file in the this one and paste it in the same directory, and rename it to something like question mark ampersand and some hashes in the file name, maybe at the rate somewhere like this. Okay, so maybe there are some hackers who do things like these with the file names also. You can Google about it. File names should not have these ugly characters of underscores and at the rates and all these. Maybe for some reasons they do it. So we need to rename those elements, those ugly characters, with something else. Okay, that something else can be used with regular expressions. We can using the regular expressions we can do something like this. Okay, so now this file, if I just upload it right now, you will see the characters. If I just refresh the page, choose the new file name, this one, it has ugly characters. Okay, and submit it. So you can see it has underscores, it has question marks, it has these ampersands. These should not be in the, maybe some hacker is trying to do something with such file names. So what we can do is we can ask PHP if it sees something like at the rate or maybe question marks or the ampersands or these hashes in the file name, it should replace it with underscores. It should replace it with underscores. So for that we can use regular expressions. Regular expressions, all programming languages have, almost all programming languages have regular expressions. It's totally a separate concept but for now we will just use one function. In PHP we can use something called break underscore replace. Break underscore replace is the function name, and then it has three parameters. It has three parameters. The first one is the regular expressions. First time if you are using regular expressions you will find it very sort of awkward, but practicing it and knowing about it you can so within two slashes we will use these two brackets. This is the first parameter. Okay, let me just give the second parameter. This one, all the characters here will be replaced by underscore, and what we need to check, we need to check this file name, actual file name. This I will explain it now what it actually means. So preg underscore replace, this is going to be our regular expressions, and then this is going to be the replaced by that word if it finds one, and then this is the, why is it not showing me? Okay, so we will start with this character and then we can give it ranges. So A to Z, if the file name has A to Z, if it is, this one is not. Okay, so if it is not A to Z, for example at the rate sign or question mark, it is not A to Z. Okay, but if it is A to Z, then it will ignore it. A to Z, then capital A to Z, then numbers 0 to 9, these are ranges. Okay, and then if there is an underscore or dash, if that is the case, we can, that's it, this is going to match something. If it finds something which is not in this list. This caret means not. So A to Z small letters, capital A to Z 0 to 9, and then underscore and dash. So what it will do, it will replace those words with this underscore, and in which string, the name of the files. That's it. Why is it not? Okay, this is that error. Okay, so what do you expect now? If a file name, and I will reassign it to this actual name, or maybe we are using uploaded name, actual name. Okay, so actual name will be actual underscore name is equal to this, and I will print the actual name now. Print $, actual underscore name. Let us try what it is doing now. So if you remember, the last time we uploaded the file, it has these @ and all these names. Okay, so let us re-upload this and submit. In online 33, where are we printing it? Okay, so print actual name. Actually this is just actual name, not okay. These are the two. This is the actual file with underscores. Okay, now we have asked in this code, so what is the first occurrence which is not A to Z 1 to 9 0 to 9, and then underscore. So which character is so, do you think? This A @ okay, so UEN, so UEN, and it has replaced that @ with underscore, because we have asked it to replace that character with the underscore. Then A is fine because it is in the range, but then we again have so 3 underscores here. It has replaced it, means the function we have written is working fine. Okay, after 2 we have 3 question marks, so then these are the underscores. Okay, so what the outcome of this is, it will actually save the file, it will rename the file, as well as it will save a cleaner name in the database too. Okay, so what we have done, we have used the preg_replace function. This is known as regular expressions. You can check what regular expressions mean. Even there are online testers. Okay, so preg_replace this with underscore. So if it this means not, so if it finds which is not A to something, which is A to Z or A to Z or 0 to 9, it will replace it with underscore in the actual name, and we are reassigning the actual name here. Let me just show you one in Google online regular expressions PHP live rejects is a site where you can test how your regular expressions work. Okay, so here you can choose, we have used preg_replace. Okay, and here you will paste your code like this, the expected search. let us just remove these. Okay, so this is the function, the same we have used. How many times it is occurring? So this is, it will search this string now as per this rule. You can practice it. Okay,
Yes.
so if your string is ASDJS whatever 123, this div is fine. Okay, so how many occurrences of it will be here? Nothing at the moment.
Nothing is.
But if I, for example, here I use this and then a question mark like this. Okay, in the replacements we will just use underscore. Okay, in the replacement I have just asked us to replace it with underscore. If this is the rule and this is the string, so what it has done, look, you can check, it has replaced it with these, just like our function. So for example, if I the string starts with $, and it has replaced that also. So you can check how your regular expressions are working via this code. So at least nobody can now upload a file with these ugly characters. We have done something for that. Okay, so we are able to replace the ugly characters I just mentioned with underscores. Now what's next? As I mentioned, if there is a file which exists, for example, Drupal.jpg. So if once it has been uploaded, sorry, the second time the same file is being uploaded, so it should be Drupal underscore 1.jpg, not the same file, or at least the file with the same name. And if another time again, for example, somebody uploads a file which is Drupal underscore 1.jpg, so what we need to do is it should become underscore 2.jpg rather than replacing the original file, because by default this function move uploaded file replaces the file being uploaded with the same name. So what we can do is we can write a while loop to check if the same file exists, and we already have this final file. Let me just move this code down below here so that you can see it. Okay, now the final file will have the regular expressions replaced underscores as well. So if this file already exists, we should do something. We should increment it with underscore 1. So let us start with while and the while body. So the while should be if this final file exists. So file underscore exists is a PHP function, and which file? This one. Then we should add underscore 1 or 2 or 3 and so on with that file. So the trick to do is we already have discussed with path info function does, and it is passed the actual name or the $sign underscore file directory name, which is this is actual name, which is $sign underscore files image, the name of the file upload field, and then name. So we can pass it the same variable here. and since it returns an array, we need to get the file name key of that array, and this should be, for example, if it is drupal.jpg, it should be Drupal without the dot and the jpg. So that's the actual name without the dot and jpg, and we need to have an underscore with it. So let us concatenate underscore with it like this, and then some number. So we can hard code it like 1 or 2 or 3, but we should have a loop counter, and that counter should be I $i, and then because if it becomes _1 or _2, we should have a dot as well for the file extension, and then whatever is the extension of the file. So we already have taken this variable extension, so it should be $ext, and you can also use directly the actual file extension name. Okay, let us have some spacing so that this concatenation looks good. Okay, this I should be incremented each time this loop body is done, and we should also define this I here. Initially it should be 1. So if a file already exists, it should become _1. If the same file again exists, so the loop will continue and it will become 2, and so on until the file doesn't exist. So when the file doesn't exist, then we should have, and let us give it a variable as well, current name, so or new name, because each time the file is being incremented, we should only be using that file name to even enter it into the database. So let us change this one as well to the current one. Also, since the current name should be used to upload the file, so this code again needs to be updated. Like this, and now it should not be actual file but the current name, because maybe it is _1 or _2 now with the file name. So that's why we need to have this again. Next, we also should have, because in the database we are saving it as current name now, so maybe at some stage, rather initially, once the there is no duplicate of that file name, it should directly be saving it to database. In that case, we should have the actual name, the current name exactly like the actual name. So let us just copy this variable. So whatever is the actual name should be the current name by default, and if the file exists, then the current name should be replaced with something from this logic where underscore and the loop counter should be added. Also, it is a good practice to in wrap move uploaded file into the if statement, the if block, because it either returns yes or no. So if it moves the file, and then we can run all this code once the file has been physically uploaded. So if this happens, the move uploaded file, we should add it to the database as well as show it on the page. So this code actually adds the underscores to the existing names, and let us try now if it works. And maybe we also need to move this print only if the file has been uploaded successfully, even after the saving to the database. Now let us try. With the PHP is the file name. So if I have already a folder, now another folder in document section, it is this is carpet.jpg. So first time we are uploading carpet.jpg, so it has uploaded this, and let us try it again. So if I go to the uploads directory now, you can see the first time it uploaded as carpet, and then it has become carpet_1. And if I go to the PHP my admin as well, so you can see it is now uploading it as carpet_1 and carpet. If I upload it once more, and if we refresh it is now carpet_2. So that's how it will now replace the file names, and it is even saving it in the same format with the underscores and a new digit. So that's all for now with the uploads. There can be thumbnails also, because we are not controlling the size or the dimensions of the file images being uploaded right now. So even if it is of 10 or 20 MBs, it is being uploaded. So what PHP thumbnailing does is it reduces the files sizes, so that you don't have to do it in CSS, which is not the right way. And that is what I will leave you to do yourself, so that you can make different copies of the same image with different sizes. And for example, if you need 200 cross 200 image size, you should not do it in CSS if the file is very huge. You should do it via PHP, and that is what thumbnailing does. So that will be your assignment. After the break, let us go do pagination, and that will be next in this lecture. Thank you. Now in the second part after the break, we will study pagination. So those of you who still don't know about pagination, so TechCrunch, this is a website. If you go to techcrunch.com, it's one of the popular blogs on technology. TechCrunch.com. Okay, so if we scroll down to, these are the articles or posts, you can see these. But say if a table in database has like 1000 articles, so you can't show all of those 1000 on the same page. because then it will become very heavy as well as resource intensive. Or maybe if there are 1 million articles in a database table, so you can't, if you just do select all, it will show all the 1 million records on one page, and which is, I mean, you will just freeze your laptop screen or maybe the browser getting all those records. So what you do is you break down pages into sub pages, or maybe more than one page. So on such blocks, at the bottom normally you will see next and previous buttons. So if you scroll down to TechCrunch, the bottom of TechCrunch, you will see next. So if I click on next, you can see the URL changing. It's page 2 now, page/2. And if I scroll down again, so this is now, you have next and previous. So if I click on next, it will go to page 3. You can see the page perimeter here. So what can you get from this? We also need something like this to have pages on our website. Okay, and on the database side, how it is done? So say for example, this is our article page. Right now I have 17 articles in my articles page. So if for example I want to show 4 articles, right now I am the query is select all from articles. But if I run select all from articles, limit 4, okay, limit 4, offset 0. If I add limit 4 offset 0 with select all query, so now we have only 4 records. With any SQL query, if you run limit and some number and offset 0 for example, so you will get 4 records. What does offset mean and what does limit mean? Limit means that I need this number of rows or this number of records. You can see, let me zoom it in. So if I say limit 4, it means 4 articles it will show. And what does offset mean? It means skipping. So don't skip any article, 0 skipping. It means it will start from the start, 1 2 3 4. So you can see the first 4 articles are being shown. But for example, if I change it and I make offset 4, it means skip 4 articles. So if we skip 4 articles and I run this query, so which number of articles will be here on the display in select query? 5 6 7 8. So if I run this query now, limit 4 means show 4 and offset 4 means skip 4. So it means now 5 7 6 8 9 are being shown from the same table. So with this trick, if I want to show the next 4, so what it will be? 8. Skip 8. So skip 8 means 9 10 11 12 will be shown. So sorry, 10 11 12 13 are being shown. The first 8 have been skipped. Is this clear?
Yes.
The second value is for skipping, which is offset, and I think there is a shortcut also, articles. If I just issue 4 0, maybe no, there is some I'll just leave it for now. So limit 6 offset 2. What does this mean? Yeah, it will skip the first 2 and show 6 records. So which ones will be shown? 3 onwards, 3 and onwards. So 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This limit means showing the number of records and offset means to skip. Okay, so if I ask you how can we change it on the PHP side, what does this value mean and what does this value mean? the limit means page number, the number of records on a page,
on single page.
on single page.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for example, if I just run total records, we have 17. These are 17 records. Okay, so if I issue limit 5, it means per page we have 5 records.
5 records.
And offset 0, so it's showing me first 5 records. What will be the second page? What will be second page? This is first page actually.
Yes, sir.
This
Limit 5, offset 5.
4, 5, 5.
offset 5.
Yes, sir.
So it will be limit 5. Limit will remain the same. So it means this can be our number of page, number of items on a page variable. It can be, I mean, the number of records in one page. So it will be 5 for now. But offset means if it is 0, it means it's first page. But if it is 5, it means this is second page. Okay, so it means now 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Rather, limit 5, offset 4. Offset 5. Okay, what will be the third page? Offset
Offset 10.
10. So now this is the third page. Skipping to limit 5, offset 10. Basically, some of the records have been deleted actually. If you go to the articles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there is no 6. That's why it is, I mean, it's ambiguous for you, but it actually is showing the same thing. Okay, so again, the first value is items per page variable. Limit, let me do it again. Limit 5 means show 5 per page, and offset 5 means 0. So first it will be 0, it means first page. But then on the second page it will be 5. On the third page it will be 10. Okay, this 10 is now third page. This offset value is third page now. And total record is 17. Okay, so we have completed all the records. So what can you grab from this offset value? We have total records of 15 because 2 items have been deleted, so all the values are 15 actually. Okay, so how can we calculate? Let me go to the free form. Here for example we have 15 records. Okay, we have 15 total records in the database table are 15. Total records are 15. We are showing 5 records on one page. Okay, so what do you think should be the total number of pages? 3. If there are 25 records total and we are showing 5 records, so how many pages will be there? 5. So do you see any connection or some formula, mathematic formula? If you have 2 variables, for example, one variable is records. Very good. So records total records underscore per page. If you have a variable, for example, this is 5. It means we will have 5 pages, 5 records per page. And total record total is 15. Okay, so we will divide this variable on total, so we will get the number of pages. So number of pages of pages is equal to records underscore per underscore page divided by total. Sorry, total divided by total divided by records per page. So it will give you the total number of pages actually. Okay, so remember this logic once we are setting it up. Now we will switch to PHP part of it. If you remember, we have a home page and it is right now not dynamic in the blog. If I go to the home page, this is this section 1, 2, 3, these are 6 articles, but they are hard coded. This is just text. This is not coming from database. So let us change it to be coming from the database. Okay, so first thing is we just need to run this query. Or maybe let us for now create a new page so that you can understand the logic behind Pagination. So, and in the improvement section we will do that. Okay, you now know how to get data from the database and show it. So let us create a new page and we will call it for example all articles.php, all articles.php, right? And if we have to include it in the index page, so the URL will be question mark slash index.php question mark page is equal to all articles.php. All articles are filled to what's the URL? All articles.php. Yes, we are not going to have .php with it. Okay, so this is the blank page. Now we need to show all the articles here. We need to show all the articles here. So what are the first steps? Let us do it just from articles.php. We can quickly copy all this code. Can we change it to I think we don't need these because we already have included them in the index page. Let us check, include this, and maybe we need the function one. Okay, so we are in the all articles.php page. Select all from articles. We can use the do prepare statement as well, right?
Yes.
And then execute. And then is it fine?
Yes.
Okay, so this contains all the records. If I just output them in some HTML format, so let us create a table for that. So far we haven't done any table for our records. We close the PHP tag, and in the HTML section table, and then tr
TR and then TD. inside the T or TH.
And then we will have th, the headers. And maybe we just need to show the id and title. Okay, so let us give it two ths, and then another tr. Here we will show two tds. Okay, this is all at HTML, don't confuse it with PHP. And so this is going to, for example, for now it will be id and this is title, and this will be, for example, let us give it some hard coded value for first. This will be 1 and this is first article. So let us check if things are fine. Maybe we are again including. Okay, so this is id and this is title. Okay, and but this is hard coded, this is not coming from database. And let us also hide the session start. Okay, this is coming from, not coming from a database as of yet. So what we can do is loop through this code. We have all the records here, okay, in the records array. So we are not going to include this part in the loop. Looping will start from, where will the looping start? From here. Okay, this tr should be inside the loop. So here we will start PHP tags and end the PHP tag here. Is it okay? And here for each and for each. Is this fine? Okay, here it will be records as record. Now this record will have all the row elements. So here we will again open PHP tag and print $record. Is it AID or ID in the database? Okay, so this AID, and then the same we will do for the title. So this static title now will be dynamic, and if you refresh the page, all the articles are from here now from the database. Is this fine? Maybe we are making some admin table or anything, so we can have some edits in front of it and all. Okay, but now I want to show only first 4 or 5 ones. So what we can do is we can change the query to here limit, say if I want 5 per page, so limit 5, offset 0. So if you refresh it, now we have only 5 articles. Is this okay? Any confusion? Okay. Okay, so we have two variables now per page 5. This means that we will have 5 records per page, and offset 0 means we are not going to offset or skip any records. So we will use these variables inside the query for now. Theoretically you should check if these are ints so that we can safely use the here. So select all from articles, limit per page means, and then offset $sign offset. This is the variable we have made. So now if this is 5, this is 0, what are you expecting? It will show 5 articles like this. And if I want to show the next 5, so what should the value of offset then be? 5. So now it is showing the next page, next set of records. And if I want to show the third page, what it will be? 10. That's it. Okay, so now there is a connection. For example, this offset means the records to skip. We need to have the total number of records from the table. And how can we fetch that total number of records? Select direct from article. And let us just quickly do it. If we can have just one query, select total number of records in PDO PHP. We can use fetch column function also. Previously we had used row count, right? So let us use row count again. Query for total records. Why do we need to know the total records?
To know about the total number of pages.
Exactly. So we'll use it, select all from articles, and we'll skip this. Now we will execute it. Execute, and then total is equal to
Query, write the query and then
row count. Now let us just print row count if it is working fine. So print total, and we will exit here. So 15. We have 15 records in the table. So that's what we needed. That's why we have run this. So the total number of records in the database table are 15. Let us also move these two down here. Okay. Now per page we want 5 records and offset is 10. Now number of pages is equal to what? Total divided by per page, $sign per underscore page. Okay, so If total is 15, per page is 5, so how many pages we will have? 3. But say if total is 17, if total is 17 and number of pages is per page is 5, so then how many pages we should have? 4. And on the 4th page we will have only 2 records. That's why, because we can have numbers in 3.2, for example, if it is 17, it will be something like 3 point something if you divide it. So in order to avoid, we need to use the function seal. So for example, it is 3.5, it will become 4. If it is 3.8, it will become 4. If it is 5.8, it will become 6.
It's like
Rounding, exactly. So seal function is used for rounding. Now if we add one new record, it will become 16. So number of pages will then be 4. But right now we can check how many pages we have. So print $sign number of pages. So number of pages are 3. Okay. So there are few connecting things you need to remember. Per page, how many items do we want to show per page? If we want to show, now we have a formula. If we want to show 7 items per page, total records are 15. So how many pages we will have? 3. So it's still 3. But if I want to show 2 items per page, okay, and to skip we also need, for example, 2 for now. So how many pages will now we have? We have total 15 items. 8 pages. Very good. So we have total 8 pages. Okay. But now we need to have a connection with the offset and number of pages and items per page, or in total. Do you think there is some formula? For example, I need to show the last 3 records. I need to show the last 3 records. I want to show 3 page items per page and want to show the last 3 records. How many items I will skip? 12. Right? So now I will use 12 here. In offset we will use 12 here. So now it is showing the last 3 records. Okay. So there has to be some connection with calculating this offset value also.
Yes.
Got it? How can we do it? Per page and number of pages. Okay.
Yes.
So how many pages we have right now? It's total divided by per page. So total is 15 and per page is 3. So how many pages we will have? 5. 5 pages. Okay. So let us comment it out. Number of pages is 5. To offset is 12. Okay. So offset is 12. If we multiply pages minus 1 pages minus 1, okay, with what? Per page. What it will become? Rabas, pages are 5 now. So 4 minus per page is 3. This becomes 12. Got it? So this was the connection. This is what we need to do each time to calculate offsets. Now for example, there are 4 items or maybe 2 items. Per page we want 2 items, and I want to show the last 2 or maybe the last one. What I will do? The last article, because total are 15. Excuse me. So on 7 pages it will be 14. On the 7th page it will be 14, but if you go to the 8th page it will be just one value. Okay, so I want to show the last one. So how what will be the offset? 14. So offset will be 14. And number of pages, how many pages will be there? 8 pages. Total are 8 pages. Okay, so add, total pages are 8. Okay, so 8 minus 1 becomes 7, multiply by per page. So per page is 2, which becomes 14. So now you have the formula to calculate offset. So what that formula is? Pages minus 1 multiplied by per page. So we can use that here. Rather than hard coded value, we will have number of pages. We will do it after number of pages here. So offset is equal to $sign number of pages minus 1, whatever it is at any given time, multiply by per page. That's it. So this is the offset. It will be calculated based on the number of pages minus 1 and then multiplied it by the per page variable. Got it? Now I will remove all this. Okay. Now we have these 2 variables affecting the query, per page and offset. Per page and offset. So the offset will be calculated automatically via this formula. Via this formula. But number of pages will be calculated via total divided by per page. But what should be the page number? Yeah. No, the
First page number.
Per page is 3 and offset is this. Yes,
But this will be hard coded.
yes, per page will be hard coded. Okay. Now we need to have a connection with this. For example, page is equal to article and ampersand, because we already have a query parameter, and I just issue page is equal to, say for example, 2. If I click on it, it should, this page is equal to 2 should be caught. So if I am on the second page, as we have seen here, number of pages is the total number of pages, which we have calculated already here. Where is it was? Total divided by per page, it becomes number of pages. Okay. Now if I am on the first page, what should I skip? How many elements I should skip? On the second page, how many elements I should skip? And that's what we need to calculate. So if I'm on the first page, page 1, which is 2, so I need to skip nothing. Sorry, page 1, skip nothing. But if I am on page 2, what should I skip? First 2. If I am on page 3, skip 4. If I am on the first page, I will not skip anything. But if I am on page 2, I will skip 2. And if I am on skip 3, page 3, I will skip 4. If I am on page 4, I will skip 8. And if I am on page 5, we have to derive some formula from here as well. So if I am on page 5, we will skip 10, because per page we have 2 right now. So if I am on page 6, we will skip 12. Page 7, we will skip 14. That's it. And if I am on page 8, we will skip 16, and so on. So what do you get from this? Yes, this is 6. This is 6. This is 8. This is 10. And this is 12. This is 14. We will skip 14, so the 15 one will be on the last page, which is 18. So help me in writing the formula now. If page number is 1, we will skip nothing. If page number is 2, we will 2. And if the page number is 3, we will skip 6. Okay. By default, normally the page 0 is the normal page, and page 1 is, if we go back to this TechCrunch, for example, if I come to the home page, now this is page 2. The second page is after the first one. So similarly, if page 1 is this, we will skip nothing. If we have page 2, we will skip 2. Okay, so if we have page 3, for example, and we are skipping 4, actually the logic is you will have to minus 1 from the page number and multiply it by the page per page. So similarly here, offset is equal to page number $, page underscore number, minus 1, whatever it is, multiply by per page, just like the one we had above. Okay, yeah. So we can use this also, but we need to make things dynamic. So we will create another variable which is page number, and page number is page underscore number is equal to, just a guess what it should be, dollar sign underscore get page. Whatever is in the URL page, we will get that page number. That will be the page number. You can make it sanitized also, and to make it hacking proof. But this page number will be coming from the get parameter page. Okay. So if the page number is say 5, so 5 minus 1 4, 4 multiplied by per page, so offset will be 8. Okay, we'll comment this line because this one makes more sense, and let me just use this. Okay, so let us recap. The page number we will be getting it from the get page variable, and the offset will be page number minus 1 multiplied by per page. So let's do it now. Let us try if it is working fine. We are on page 2 now. Sorry, page is already there, so we should make it P, dollar sign P. If you remember, we already have used the P variable. Okay, so P is equal to 2. It means this is the second page now. If P is equal to maybe 4, yes, or 5, so this is the fifth page. If we make it 7, now this is this second last page, and if we make it 8, so now this is the last record. Okay, so do you see any connection between this P variable, which is the get,
Yes, sir.
and the number of records you are fetching?
We will pass the ID, the get values through the button next in previous.
Good. Okay, I hope this is clear now. So if I go to how can I go to the first page? There are two ways. If I totally remove the parameter, so we get an error. So what we can do is, if is set dollar sign underscore get P. If it is set, okay, so what will be the page number? This, you can use this logic here. If it is set, if the P is set, the get P will be the page number. But if it is not set, what should be the page number?
The first page number
1, because we are using offset based on this variable, and we need to have this variable in the offset. So 1 minus 1 will be 0, and 0 multiplied with, so offset will be 0. So if there is no P, we are getting the first 2. But if there is a P is equal to, say for example, P is equal to 2. Sorry, this is P. So the second page is shown. Is this fine? Okay. The next is, outside of this table, here we need to create some links, and let us just quickly do it with the tailwind CSS pagination. So this is a material tailwind one, this is a pagination style. We can just quickly copy this and move it to the bottom of the page here after the table. This is just HTML entitlement, okay? There is nothing fancy. And if I just save it and refresh the page, so just ignore the CSS styling for now, but we have 1 2 3 4 5 and then the next and previous button, okay? But this is all HTML. This is no PHP, no nothing dynamic. Do you agree? This is just so these are the numbers 1 2 3 4 and 5, and the last one is next. Okay, I have a question of you. If I am on page 2 right now, it is p is equal to 2, okay? So what should be the next page? 3. What should be the next page? 3. If I am on the third page, what should be the next page? 4th. Okay, so here this is the last one, the next one, okay? I hope you know what Tailwind CSS is because you have studied it. I hope you know what HTML is, what links are, and so on. So now we need to make this a link, this next a link, okay? So what we can do is can we give a inside buttons?
So button will be inside the link.
Yeah, that also is fine. Or let us make it a link. If you make it a link, okay, and then href is equal to, say, some hash, for example. So now it is a link, okay? So now it is just a link. Okay, so what should be the href of this? If index.php question mark page is equal to all articles and ampersand p is equal to something. For now, let me just give it 5. P is equal to 5. It's a hard coded value, okay? I'm on this page, and if I click on next, it's on page 5 now. But this is hard coded value. So what should be the next? It should be this plus 1. Whatever is the p parameter in get, the next should be plus 1. Current plus 1. So we can define a variable here. Next is equal to what? Page number plus 1. That's it, okay? So here what we can do is, this is next now. This is not going to be hard coded, this will be next. So print $sign next. Is this okay? And now if I go to the home page, let us just check. Page is equal to all articles. Maybe we are on the second page now. So if I click on next is now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That's it. And now if I go to next again, you can see it is moving to 9. Should it go to 9? So how to control that? Because if you go, for example, if I go to 5 page, if I click on 6, I'm on the 6th page, now 7, now 8, but now I don't have any articles. So how can I control this so that the next then should not be going far beyond the last page? It is going now to it's the last article, it's now going to page 9 also, which it should not go to. So if we come here, we have to do something with on exactly in next. This is the next. Okay, so if if page number is and total pages, we had a variable somewhere.
Some number of pages after the next one.
Where it is?
So after the next.
Yes, this number of pages. So we can yes, let us remove this, move this after the number of pages, because we need this variable. So if the page number is equal to number of pages, it means if number of pages are total number of pages are 8 and the current page also is 8, then what should we do?
Number of pages page number will be 1.
If is less than number of pages. So for example, if it is 8 or total number of pages are 8, okay, and if we have 7, so next will be this plus 1. But if it is equal to or so it should be something else. If else and let us create a variable show link is equal to true, and else show link is equal to false. So if this is less than this, the link will be we will have a variable show link which is true, otherwise show link will be false. So what do you expect now with the next link? This is this all is the next link. Shabas, help me. PHP if $sign show link, and after a and if. Okay, so if show link is true, only then this link will be shown, otherwise not. So if I just go to say page 4 for now and 5, 6, 7, 8, now the page variable is equal to total number of pages. So do you see any next now? We have hidden it, and you can also give some CSS classes for disabling things or all. Okay, But if let us quickly add two articles here in this. Okay, should we do it from here or insert? This is new one.
You missed the last three.
Okay, two more have been added. So what do you expect if I refresh the page now?
Next will come back. It will show
Exactly, it will show next, because now the number of pages will be 9 9 or 10, whatever. So you can see now we have a next. And if I click on it, now it disappears. So at least we have now the next page dynamic. Now the next turn is these pages. Okay, these are static for now. If I click on 2, for example, it should go to the 2 page. If I click on 3, it should go to the 3rd page, and so on. So what can we do it with it? Yeah, so these are this is the previous button and this is the next button. These are the next buttons, these. So with any repetitions like these, it's common that you should realize we need to have a loop. So all this has to go in a loop now. Okay. And this value will be dynamic, the loop count of this 5. So if I just add a PHP tag here, now you will help me with how we can use these numbers and make them dynamic. And after the button, we will to close the, so for, or maybe just for, and then and for. Okay, so total number of pages, we need to have a loop starting with total number of pages, going up to total number of pages. So for example, we will have for $sign I is equal to 1, we should start with 1. I is number of pages. No, just number of pages. We already have total number of pages somewhere. Where it is? This is number of pages. So if it is 9, where it is? This. Okay. So if it is less than this, and then I plus plus, and here we need to just print the I, but in a PHP opening and closing. I think we need to have I is less than or equal to, because the last page will then not be shown. Okay, so if I refresh, Do you see the numbers increasing?
Yes, sir.
And now it is all dynamic. The first page will be first page, second, third, fourth, and so on. But now we are just showing the pages, we haven't linked them.
We need to link it. Sir.
Yeah, so it will be just changing it to A and then A, just like we did a while ago, and then we will have an href.
Now we will pass A with the P I dollar I.
Where is the A close? Here. So here we need to have just href is equal to index.php question mark page is equal to all articles and p is equal to $i inside the PHP tag. Good. Should we print or okay, print $i. So we have now linked it also. So if I just go to page 1 for example, now this is page 2, 3, and I can see even in the links the values have been changed. If I click on 4 for example, it is going to 4 pages, 7th page, 8th page, and if I click on the 9th page, the next disappears. But at least we have something here. And you can add a class here based on this parameter. This will be your assignment. So whichever page is clicked, it should be highlighted. Right now I don't see any. So how that can be achieved? If I is equal to the parameter above, it means it is active, and just add a class. It's very simple. Now we have previous left. For pagination we have previous still remaining. So how can we do that? Just like we have created a next variable. Where is next? This we need to have, and the logic will be quite similar, maybe some minuses. So let us just do that, and we will call it previous. Showing is true. Okay, -1. If page number is less than number of pages, so it should be greater than. Hold on, let us just think of it. The best way to have this logic is, for example, I'm on page 4 and I click on previous. So what will the link will be? 3. So it means the get parameter is greater than less than number of pages. If I'm on the last page, for example, if I'm on the first page, okay, here p is equal to 1 or not at all. So should we have a previous page then? No. So it means that if I'm on the last page, which is 9, if I'm on the last page, which is 9, we can have previous pages. Let me just I think this is true, fine. And if it is if page number is greater than
the first page, sir.
Yeah, so if it is greater than the 0,
0 or 1.
1. If page number is greater than this, so show link true, otherwise show link false, and we will make it as and previous is equal to page minus 1. Here this is the previous link, we should make it link A and A. Okay, here we need to have href is equal to what? Index.php question mark page is equal to all articles ampersand p is equal to PHP tags, and then this variable previous. How have we done the next one? Next, so it will be previous. Print previous, and that's it. Where it is? Yes, we can use the disable there as well if we are not going to skip the previous one. Okay, so this is now a link with the previous one, but we should show it only when the show link is true. Is this fine? Okay, the logic we created. PHP if, and we will close if here. If and if. So if you see, we have this variable now show link. So if this show link is, and maybe it is show previous link, show previous link is equal to false. So if show previous link is true, then this button will show, otherwise not. So this is previous now. If I click on it, 8th, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and with 1 it disappears. Okay, so now we are not able to see the previous button. You can use that disabled keyword also. Maybe if you are on the last page, it will show the disabled and it won't show up then. And if we click on the next, so these links are now working properly. Is this okay? It was a bit of logic, but if you go stepwise, you can fully understand what is happening actually. Now we can do one more thing. Per page 2. So if I change it now to 5, how many pages I will have?
3.
We are 94. I will just copy this page and maybe on the page is equal to 2. It will just show now 4 pages. Okay, so all this is dynamic. It depends upon the number of pages you have. Is this okay? But what if I want a drop down here somewhere here? You might have seen it, so that you can select number of pages dynamically. Okay, so what we can do is maybe just above this table here somewhere, I will create a form. Action is equal to, if you leave it, the action will be this, and then select name is equal to number, maybe of pages, we can call it pages or whatever. and then option. So the first one will be empty, number of pages, the value is equal to nothing, and all others will have values. So for example 2, so 2, 4, 4, 6, and maybe 10. Okay, let us leave 8 for now. And then we also need to have input type is equal to, if you don't want to have an input, what you should do, it will be then via JavaScript on change, it will submit the form automatically, but we want a button. Type is equal to submit, value is equal to change records or something. Okay, and the action should be index.php question mark page is equal to all articles, and that's it, probably all articles. So now if this form is submitted, where it will be the value of it, why is it showing? Okay, if is set. Okay, so here we are defining variables, page number, sorry, per page, where is per page?
Before that condition, if it is
Yes, this is per page. Okay, so what we can use is if dollar sign server, what is that method, request method is equal to post. What does this mean? That the form has been submitted. Okay, then the page value will be per page will be equal to dollar sign underscore post what it is, pages. Okay, per page will be this, otherwise we can have a default value. Per underscore page will be say 3, whatever. Let us double check if it is pages. Yes, this is pages. Okay, so now if I go to this number of pages, if I check on 6 and change records, page is equal to, okay, the action is incorrect. Question mark page is equal to all articles, and method is equal to so we have, for example, have 6 and change records. Page is equal to maybe we are redefining the variable somewhere. Per page, if server request method is equal to post, per page is equal to post pages, as per page is equal to 3. Are we doing somewhere else the per page? By default it is showing how many records? 3. It's fine, but if I submit this, Okay, there is a problem. We should be adding this to this array. For example, if I just submit it now, so this page number is lost. Okay, that's why there is some problem. It is showing 2 now, 3 and it is showing 2 records only. Why? Okay, maybe there is some problem. Yes, all the values are 6, 10. Okay, now if I go to articles, by default 3 are shown, but if I change it to 6, so 6 are shown now. If I change it to 10, 10 are being shown now. Okay, and if I am on, for example, if I show 2 per page, and I'm on page 4, and I change it to maybe 6, it should start from here, for example 11, 12, 13 and so on. But if I now just submit it, it takes it to the start of the page. So what can be the problem? You should do it yourself, because in action, in the form action, we are hard coded everything here. Okay, but here we need to show the page number, the get parameter for. So what we can do is ampersand p is equal to whatever is the. So we already have shown the page number somewhere, this page number. $sign page. Hopefully this will be, we will be able to fix this problem. So now 3 records are shown. If I go to the third page and I change the number of records to 6, it should start, it should show it from here, right? If I change records, so it was 13, so now 13 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe if I go to 2 page, 4, 5, 6, and I change it to 6, the next 6 records should show, or maybe should add these 3. So maybe there is some more logic needed. 4, 5, 6, so it has added 6, but to the addition to the previous records. At least it is better than the first one. So you can do all these permutations and calculations yourself now, but this was just to show you that even this can be made dynamic. And your assignment is, you should show at the top of the page showing record this of this. You might have seen something like, let me just, on the top of the page, even above form, if I have a paragraph showing 10 of 70 records, something like this. So now this is now hard coded, but in your assignment you should have this dynamic. For example, if I click on 4, it should be letting me know, showing record this of total 70 records. Okay, this is your assignment. Thank you very much. See you next time. Just a small clip at the end of the video or this session. We can make some small improvements. Notice if I go to the articles table and I just run this query to find the total number of records. So select count all from articles, and this is the name of the column, so we can have as total records from articles, and if I just run it, it will show me one record, which is 17, the total number of records. So we can do the same in our code. If I go to this code where we are using select all to get the count of articles, so we can change this code to something like video query, and let me just copy the same query here to save some time. And then we just need to fetch just one record, and that is going to be PTO fetch a source. That's it. So this total now will be record and the name of the column, which is total records, because we are using it as a column name. So as total records, that's it. So total now will be total records. You can just comment out this code now, and hopefully it will be still working. If I refresh any of the pages, so it's working fine. The next improvement we can make is if we go to the per page and offset query, you can see we are using the variables here, but we are not doing any preparing or replacement for security purposes. So what if we replace it with column per page and offset, and then here we can use bind value, which is here bind value, PDO statement bind value. So and we are binding the values as int, so that it is not interpreted as string, which will cause errors. So what we can do is query bind value, and it has 3 arguments. So the first one will be this per page, this one, then the actual value, which is the per page variable we were using before, and then what should be a type of it, so it should be PDO param int, PDO param int, so that it is interpreted as or prepared as int. We'll do the same for offset, and it should be the offset variable we have. That's it. So now this is more safer than the previous one, as we are getting some variables from the URL or the get parameters as well. So hopefully if I refresh the page, it will be working, and it is. So that's all for this lecture now. Thank you so much, and see you next time.